Hello everyone, my name is NASKAVETS. Welcome to my channel, White Russian Show. And today I'm gonna show you a video how people of New Jersey went to the Capitol and they said thank you to the government for legalizing marijuana. We're gonna speak with New Jersey attorneys, New Jersey cannabis activists, and also people in this industry who are doing business, cannabis business right now. Again, thank you very much for your attention, and let's go. Can you introduce yourself and why you are here today?
Yeah, my name's Will Jimerson, and I own Angels on High Street. We're a CBD/CBG company, just here to make it in the cannabis industry.
Are you trying to get a micro license to sell marijuana, or are you limiting only for hemp?
No, I just sell CBD and CBG right now. We're taking it kind of slow. I just recently formulated a salve. You know, I use multiple medicinal herbs that have anti-inflammatory properties, and you know, given the right formulation of them, it's taken away chronic pain. And then I added a high dose of CBD and CBG to it, so you know, that's kind of the approach we're taking, is you know, the topical, helping people get off the pills for pain.
What do you think about legalization of marijuana? Is it good for the people of New Jersey?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it definitely benefits everybody in New Jersey as well as the world. You know, it's all organic and it's good for the body. You know, it's naturally medicating yourself.
So what happened today at the rally? People just show support that Senate is innovative and listening to the people?
Yeah, everybody had their stories about, you know, how they went about the cannabis industry, you know, whether, you know, somebody died or, you know, medicating with cannabis and it helped them, or, you know, just the struggle with cannabis in general and, you know, the law. So
we are here as the law firm. We practice in New Jersey, and we're jumping into the game. So we're helping people to get criminal expungements of their convictions, micro licenses as well, and hemp licenses. We support that, and very happy to be here as well.
Nice.
So this is a small brochure for you, and we would like to get your card as well.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys have any pain? You want to try some salve or?
So you have the product here.
I do, and I also have the oils here as well. You know, it creates homeostasis within the body, you know?
So show us what you got.
Okay, so we got the CBD oil right here. This is a 2046 mg full spectrum CBD oil. And then we have my CBD salve right here. It's a healing salve.
And what is salve? What does it mean?
So it's a topical.
It's a spray, or what is that?
It's a topical. It's like a golden lotion.
It's a lotion.
Yeah, like a lotion. And then we have the CBG full spectrum over here, and that is the mother cannabinoid, or cannabigerol.
A lot of slang words.
Yeah.
So, what is the best usage for the oil? How you use it?
So you take it sublingually, and it would go into your endocannabinoid system, which regulates your mood, anxiety, depression, and appetite. And it balances those categories, creates homeostasis within it.
And you sell it online as well?
We do.
What is the name of the website?
angelsonhighstreet.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. So, Steven, he's attorney at Sharova Law Firm, and I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Why it's important that the marijuana is legal in New Jersey? Why it's important for the people?
Well, I think it's important for the people, number one, because the people voted for it. This was done after a referendum. I know that the governor had promised this from when he took office, but it took a while for the legislature to all get on the same page. But they had a referendum, and the people of New Jersey made their will clear.
And what is a referendum? It's everybody voted?
Yes, everybody voted on the issue of whether they would like to see the legislature legalize marijuana for adult use, and also set up a regulatory system to oversee the sale and production of it.
And you voted yes as well?
Yes, I did vote yes.
So, and how many percentage of people voted yes?
I believe it was close to 70% of the state.
So it means New Jersey is more progressive than New York?
Well, Actually, no, because the New York laws are actually more favorable in many ways than the New Jersey laws. And one of the reasons people are here today is because they want to rally to change some of the New Jersey laws to resemble New York laws. I think one of the biggest differences that at least the people here care about is the issue of homegrown. Whereas New York is going to allow people to grow their own marijuana plants, up to 6 plants, New Jersey currently does not have a homegrown provision. The other big difference is in the amounts. Like, for example, a New Jersey citizen or any resident in New Jersey is allowed to have up to 6 ounces of marijuana at a time. Whereas in New York, you're allowed to store up to 5 pounds in your own house. But I think you're allowed to have less when you're not in your house.
Why you think New Jersey support businesses with marijuana for sale, but not homegrown?
Well,
How they explain that?
I think a lot of it has to do with how things develop. I think that when the legislature was writing the laws, one of the things they got scared about was what was happening in Colorado, where you would have these houses with 1 person and 99 plants. So, New York addressed that issue, I think, rather well by limiting the number of, by limiting not only the total number of plants that an individual could have, but also the total number of plants that any particular house could have. So New York, and also the age and maturity of the plants, New York has dealt with it. The funny thing is, in the original version of the New Jersey law, they actually had a homegrown provision for medical patients, which would have also allowed them to have 6 plants.
But they changed that.
They changed that under pressure from Governor Christie at the time, and they were forced to take that out of the bill in order for him to sign off on it. So that actually got dropped from the original bill that was passed by Governor Corzine, I believe it was, before Christie.
What about licenses? Is it expensive or it's affordable?
Well, that's another great question. And I think that the answer always becomes, what type of license are you trying to get? When they originally started with the medical marijuana program, they handed out only a limited amount of 6 licenses. And it was very competitive and very difficult to get. And the only people who were really getting these licenses were well-connected marijuana...
Huge players.
Yeah, huge players in the industry, and also people with political connections as well. One of the major issues that was being addressed by the legislature is the social justice angle. And a lot of legislatures felt it was unfair to essentially award these huge contracts and these exclusivity agreements to these rich corporations while leaving the people who have suffered the most under the war on marijuana, leaving them with basically nothing. So the compromise that New Jersey came up with is something called the micro license. So what they've done is they've kind of protected their big money investors as far as those broad top-down from production to distribution licenses. But what they've done, in addition to having different license types, for example, a wholesaler license, a distributor license, a retail license, a consumption lounge license, they've also created this notion of a micro license, which is supposed to be essentially marijuana business for the little guy.
So he grow himself, he sell himself.
Well, yeah, I mean, the idea is that the barrier to entry would not be exceedingly high to the point where only people with tons of resources would be able to get into it. I'm not saying a person can get into it with no resources.
Got it.
It's going to take resources.
What is the price of micro license from the state?
I don't know.
They haven't come up with a number yet.
That's correct. That's correct. But
1st of May?
I don't know if that is the deadline that they gave, but I would look at that deadline as being unlikely as it is right now. I know that they've already had their first meeting of the New Jersey Cannabis Commission, and that's their job. They're supposed to be setting the price of the licenses, the licensing applications. It's all coming very soon. And that's one of the things.
And they have a separate license for hemp, for CBD?
Yes, hemp is a separate license.
Got it.
There's something called the hemp license. It still goes through, you still have to get a license through the state, but it's a different process, and you can get a hemp license right now, especially after the 2018 Farm Bill. You can get one.
I know Sharova Law Firm also offers criminal expungements. How much time it takes?
Well,
like 6 months or less?
Here's what I will say about the expungements. There will be some expungements that will be done virtually automatically.
Automatically,
That
okay.
a person isn't, if it's a minor possession, most likely a person is not going to have to worry about it. It's going to be expunged automatically. There will be some expungements that are going to be discretionary, meaning that a person is going to have to make an application to the court and explain to the court why they should have an expungement, even though, even though, let's say it will probably be with the amounts of possession, whether certain people, let's say, were convicted of dealing, whether they would be able to get expungements, and most of the, I would say, the higher level crimes are going to be discretionary, but there will be an eye towards a liberal disposition on these things, but you're going to have to go through the motions.
Okay, Steven, thank you very much for being innovative and on the top of the game.
Well, and that's also a big part of it, is being on top of the game.
Yeah.
Because the regulations are changing day by day. In fact, they're being written day by day. You need to be on top of everything. You need to be following it. You need to be reading the news. You need to be keeping up with the different players and legislatures in the game. That's how this is going right now. There's nobody who could sit there and tell you they've got years and years and years of cannabis law experience in New Jersey. It's simply, this is new. This is
Okay,
new
so
ground.
see you at the after party.
Yes.
Okay. Edward, can we have a small interview with you?
Sure.
Just a couple minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My name is Edward Lefty Grimes. This is a rally for Homegrown. SativaCross.org is an organization that helps disabled people and cannabis patients' rights. And we fight for people that are last to be put first. And we go around to council meetings and fight for our rights at council meetings, where they're banning our medicine. They sell legal synthetic cannabis, that man-made, but they deny God's medicine, which is shocking to me. That's a stigma. It's a stigma to use God's medicine, but the stuff that man-made, yeah, no problem. It's family-friendly. And it's like, so we fight for that because it's just ignorance. And we fight for patients that can't come out and join us, people that are in their beds, in their wheelchairs, at home, sick and suffering. We fight for them because they can't fight for themselves. We fight for them.
So on my way here, I was thinking that this rally to say thank you to Senate for a nice law. So I made a big mistake. So they still have a lot of things to do.
Thank you. Thank you.
So they still have a lot of things to do, right?
We need Homegrown.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't know.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
being stupid because we need Homegrown. And in New York, the dispensaries got together and fought against Homegrown in the beginning, and then Cuomo came around. I think that's probably what happened in Jersey because they won't give us Homegrown. The original law in 2010 gave us 6 plants. That was taken out. 13 senators, a bunch of senators signed up for that. Now they're not signing up for it. What happened? Why are they changing their mind to help the sick and dying people? In New York right now, you can grow weed for fun, for kicks, for jollies. Here in New Jersey, across the river, if you're growing weed for your sick child, a child with epilepsy, or cancer patient, you're going to jail. It's a felony. And that's ridiculous because these are sick and suffering people. When you can grow weed for fun in New York and sick and suffering people can't do it in Jersey, there's something wrong. Our friend Jeff Oakes, his wife and his daughter were here today speaking. He passed away in November. He was advocating for cannabis for 4 years. They gave him 4 months to live back in 2016, and the doctors didn't consider cannabis in his therapy. He lived for 4 years, taking oils, edibles, tinctures, suppositories, all that, and it kept him alive, and it kept him at these meetings.
What do you think? What is your advice to lawyers who are trying to jump into the game? Like our law firm, we trying to help people to get the licenses, but you see, you're saying it's not affordable. So, what do you want the lawyers? How they can help? What do you think?
How can the lawyers help? Well, we can talk offline. I'm not about that. I got some ideas.
Do you think rally was success?
Oh, this was a great rally. It was great. It was great smoking weed and not being worried about getting arrested or. It was a fun time. We got to see a lot of old friends. We haven't seen each other because we've been all locked up for COVID. And it was a beautiful sunny day, and we had a great time.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank
Edward,
you, man.
for your ideas.
Yeah,
That's from us
thank
to you.
Let's talk.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it, so I'm parking. Yeah, turn right. Ah, that's a fake police. I was thinking it's real. Yeah, look on the back. Yeah. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Your accent?
Huh?
What's your accent?
I'm from Belarus, Russian speaking.
Greece.
Greece?
Brother, Orthodox brothers. Yeah?
Yeah.
Православна и...
Православный, да.
Let me see where he delivers from.
Hey, I gave a $1,000 donation.
Oh, then I don't need to give him this. I'm using his things for
Mr. Whitman, is it possible to get a small interview from you?
Sure.
Can you please introduce yourself and tell us about what you think about this rally in front of the Senate today?
Well, I think it's excuse me. We're still pushing for homegrown. So even though there's legalization, quote unquote, I have issues with the legalization program too, but it's a step in the right direction. But for them to call it legalization and then have no home grow, it's not really legalization. So that's why people.
So I was under the impression that this rally is people of New Jersey saying thank you for Senate for nice laws, but it's not. They still have a lot of job or work to do.
Yes, thank you, but we have more to work on. You know, it's more.
So the biggest issue is they forbid people to grow at home.
Grow your own. To buy it from whoever you want. If you grew it at your house, you can sell it to your neighbor, your friend, whoever. That's how it should be. Not this whole corporation thing where only the big corporations get to do it and the people have to be slaves to the corporate system and buy it from them, right? If it's real freedom, if it's real legalization, anybody can grow it, anybody can sell it, and you know, that's what we're still protesting. Like, yeah, it was a step in the right direction, but it kind of got stolen by the corporations. Little guys like me, we've been advocating for legalization for a long time, and now at the 11th hour, our politicians wrote laws basically handing legalization over to corporations. You know, so once again, corporate America steps in and steals something.
What do you think about micro licenses? They speak about micro licenses, not for big corporations, for smaller business
Again,
people.
If you listen, if you think about it, they say giving micro licenses to 10% of minorities, right? Of what number is that 10% anyway? Is it of 5,000 or is it of 100? Okay, so 10% of what? That's a question we need to know too. But there's a lot of people like me. I don't want 10%. I don't want anybody to give me nothing. Give me an even playing field. That's why I'd rather have an even playing field. But 10% is a giveaway. And when you start looking at that 10%, right? Just say they're giving 10% to minorities. They call everything minorities now. Women are minorities. Women make up more than 50% of the population. How are they minorities? but women are listed as minorities, right? Okay, so there's half of the 10% going right there. So you're talking 5%. Of that 5%, how far down on the totem pole you think guys like me who went to prison for selling weed are? We're not even on the list. And we're the ones that supply marijuana now. You have to understand that when the corporations do their estimates on how much money is to be made, and you can see it in any newspaper, read it. They estimate this is a $13 billion business in one newspaper. Another one will say estimated at $7 billion. You know, the numbers are all in these big B's. There's definitely billions of dollars they estimate this market is worth. Who is providing those people now? Guys like me. Guys like these people right here, and we are cut out of this new billion-dollar business of legalized marijuana. So there's a lot of people like me. We're basically saying F you. You know, we're going to continue to do it and get 12. And when I say get 12 means you can't really just take somebody in America and throw them in jail. You have to have a trial. They need to be unanimous. You need 12. I don't think the state can get 12 people right now. You know, I believe in jury nullification. But I don't think the state can get 12 people to convict me for selling marijuana right now. Even if I'm openly doing it. Across the street from City Hall, 2 doors down from the U.S. Federal Courthouse, a few blocks away from the governor of the state and the State House. I'm selling weed right here. I don't think they can get 12. We'll see.
Can you tell us about this place? How old is this? I'm here first time.
6 years. We've been here 6 years. I don't know where Debbie's at. Debbie's my co-owner here. There's 2 of us. But this is a restaurant. It's a lounge. If you walk in the back, have you been in the back?
Yeah.
It's a sanctuary back there. You know, you smoke. It's like having like a bar, but it's not a bar. It's for weed houses, for potheads. And we provide weed.
Can you tell us why weed is so important, like to you personally? Why you like this plant?
I've always liked it. It's always been good to me.
You use it as a medicine or it's a spiritual thing?
I've used it for all of the above. I've used it for medicinal reasons. I've used it for spiritual reasons. And there's been sometimes just socializing. You know, you go somewhere and everybody's smoking weed, passing weed back and forth. You know, so it's all. I've used it for all. And I think it should be legal for all. Not just medical, not just spiritual, you know, recreational, social, whatever word you use. I don't like using the word recreational. It sounds like you're doing push-ups and smoking weed. So it's more like social. More like social.
What do you recommend me to buy here today?
This is my table right here, so I'm going to
that's your
recommend
table.
you to buy something off of my table. You know?
And this is marijuana or it's CBD?
This is marijuana. Marijuana is edible.
Which one is the strongest one?
Talk to my man right there behind the counter. What do you think
Okay.
is the best thing?
Thank you very much,
All
Woodman.
right.
We'll be back many times.
So this is what you thought?
Yeah.
I gotta get going myself.
Okay. I'll be in touch.
So you go. This is going to be probably your most important. That right there is going to be probably your most important one. So there's going to be a lot of people that has marijuana charges that wants to get this expression. This is probably going to be your best. This is definitely going to be. This is where a lot of people will call you.
This is your firm?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm working at this law firm.
Oh, okay, cool.
What do you think about that?
Well, lawyers are good, but they cost a lot.
Licenses.
Not us.
What do you mean hemp licenses?
Hemp licenses? A license to sell CBD products.
Why would any American need a license to be?
That's a question to the New Jersey Senate.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
That's a good advice.
Oh, they're gonna make regulations about all this?
They're gonna
No,
tell
they
us
already
what we
made.
can or
Oh,
can't
they
do.
did?
Yeah.
Well, what are they?
They created a micro license, not for big corporation, for smaller people to start growing and selling. You can get it yourself, or you can hire a lawyer to help
I
you to do.
appreciate that because it's how the law is functioning and shit. But I can't get down with licenses or permits, permission to do things that for cannabis. I don't understand exactly.
Can you send us email with your thoughts about that? Because it's very important.
Yeah, I'm gonna look you guys up so I can understand more about what you fight for.
You see, we are not like activists, but
I got you.
it's very fresh. Criminal expungements.
It's important.
Expungements, you
It's
do that
important.
too?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
people that are set to go to jail or something for weed? Or
Yes. No, for example, if you have a criminal record of weed 20 years ago, and it's kind of limiting you, so you can expunge that.
Expunge it, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your opinion. It's for you. It's for you.
Oh, thanks so much.
Maybe it will be useful. Sure. And the third one for the second friend. Okay, thank you. This is for you. Maybe it'll be useful. Maybe it'll be useful. This is for you. А вон там у парня. Maybe it will be useful. Maybe it will be useful. Thank you.
You one of those? Oh yeah. Are you the lawyer?
I work at the law firm. The lawyer is too expensive to go give flyers, so that's why they choose the smaller guy. But I work at this law firm, yes.
That's in New York, though.
We have office in New Jersey as well. Brooklyn, Manhattan, and New Jersey.
Where in New Jersey?
East Brunswick. But we can come to you if it's important.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
matter.
important.
So I think this situation is like we need to call you, not you need to call us. So can I write down your phone number?
Of course, man. I knew you was. I know when I told you, you was gonna be like, yeah, this is. I got a real one.
485.
Yeah,
What is the latest we can call you today?
Man, you can call me anytime.
No. I mean, like, can we call you like 8 p.m.?
It don't matter. You got both of my numbers, man.
Okay.
I sleep with my phone. What's your name?
Dimitri.
I'm Mark.
Yeah.
I know we got something. I really want to take this and.
So can we're shooting a small movie. Can I take an interview, not about your case, just about this event?
Why not?
Okay. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us why you're here?
My name is Mark Sutton, aka the Ism Man, PKA Hemp Star Chef. Right? The Ism Man is a production company that discovered Redman the rapper. I've been an activist for cannabis since the early 90s. I created the first hip-hop cooking show, and I own a trademark Hemp Star Chef for cooking with cannabis and creating original recipes and cookbooks and everything.
So you add marijuana to food and you make it like a fancy food, or it's very simple food, like a rice, or it's like a steak?
I can do everything. I'm a 5-star chef.
Ah, okay.
So my specialty is sauces, because I find that sauces
chef.
is the easiest way to infuse the food. So we make regular food, and then we hit it with the sauces.
Wow. So do you have a place right now?
I'm all over the place.
I know how we can try your stuff.
At one of my events, like, I run with weed, man. So, possibility one, you can try it here. I do my own pop-up events in Philadelphia and Atlantic City.
When is the next one?
The next one is probably going to be Boardwalk Buds event, which is going to be June the 25th in Atlantic City at the Showboat.
Wonderful. Why they made so much laws? Why they didn't allow homegrown? Why you think? Why they so strict about that?
Well, I'm not in the politics. I'm in the economic growth and development, but I would think that they want to control the market.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they saying that they want to give the recreational to medicinal. The medicinal already been out here making money and doing all that, and we don't, not only about the homegrown, but what about the social equity and the social justice and people like myself who actually, sacrificed to create a foundation for what you see out here today. No, like in Oakland and California, since I'm in the music business, I travel a lot, so they actually have given people out there a jump start by allowing them to create social equity, small, social, and growing it into big. And because of that, now you see different strands that are not just famous in the areas where they were created, but they're famous all over the world because they're doing marketing and branding the same way that they do in the music business. This is what we've been doing this all the time. Like if you research me, Diesel Don, DIEZZLE space DON, which is my rap and producer name, you'll see that my first album that came out in 1995 was a chart from High Times with all of the different Colombian Gold, Panama Red, and all the classic strands on it. Another one of my records was the first album to promote the actual blunt paper. You can see all this online, you know. I got a song called Smoke With Us that they used to open up the Dr. Dre and them tour. You know what I mean? Like when they say cannabis, they should be saying Diesel Don. They should be saying me, but I respect Weedman so much. I came and meet him a couple of years ago when I found out what he was doing. And me and him jailed just like that.
What do you think about micro licenses? It's not enough, you think?
Micro licenses, this is what I'm trying to say. They ain't giving us none of this. They ain't allowing us to start. Give me a micro license, man, and I tell you, man, I will be one of the best.
Yeah, this law firm is offering micro licenses.
So guess what? Y'all calling me anyway.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be a poster child for y'all.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we'll be in touch. And thank you very much for this information.
And thank you.
That goes to the Russian-speaking world, so a lot of people in Russia are going to find out about you.
Peace and blessings. My Russian connection.
Again, thank you very much for watching this video. Weedman and his place is probably the coolest places that I have visited during this season, and I hope you like it as well. If you are first time on my channel, please subscribe and also comment what you think about information from this video. Also, I work at the law firm. The law firm is called Sharova Law Firm, and if you have any legal issues with cannabis industry in New York or New Jersey, you can contact us. We are supporting this industry and we have some knowledge of the new laws, and we are able to help you. So contact me, direct message. I'll be glad to respond. Again, thank you very much for your attention. Hope to see you soon.